With me this afternoon I've got Kevin Bue, who's a member of the coaching staff of the Hunslet Old Boys. Good afternoon, Kevin.
Good afternoon.
Kevin, the side moved over from the Yorkshire League into the Pennine League just recently, well, a couple of seasons ago. Do you think it's been a positive move for the club?
It's definitely been a positive move. We would have lost a lot of senior good players, as I see that. You know, we would have had to rebuild and start again. And I think it's been the positive move. We didn't want to leave the Yorkshire League, but the way things were going, we had to do it. You know?
Okay, and do you think because you've moved over to the Pennine League that things have worked better on the field of play, especially with, you know, head coach Daryl Cardis coming in?
Oh yeah, definitely. Things have really moved on. I've got an exceptional coach in Daryl, who's assisted with Paul McShane, and I just leave them to it at the moment. The things they've brought in and the coaching, you know, has been excellent, and it's moved forward.
Great stuff. And, you know, obviously we're here today for this Yorkshire Cup Final. You've had a fantastic cup run and you've taken some big scalps along the way.
Well, it was a tough one in Hull, down to 11 men at one time, but we got through it. Obviously, Charleston game were another tough call, and Drigg, but they actually responded to what he wanted them to do and got on and did it. They kept their discipline. I think that's what got them through.
I looked at the passageway, if you like, towards this cup final, and it seems that in a small way you've had the more difficult of the passageways to this final.
Well, I thought that. I thought we've got this far. You know, we've had a tough run. I think it's all about today now. You know, we've had the tough run to get there. Let's see if we can do it. It
is, and if anything can fill any team or any coaching staff with confidence, is in the semi-final when you actually beat a fantastic side in Charleston at the Old Boys. That must have been a real confidence booster for not just for the coaching staff but for the players as well.
For the players, yeah, you could see that in them after the game. You know, all the week after the match, just the same thing. They were buzzing, the young lads, you know, and the older senior players. Just fantastic, you know.
It is, and obviously when you get to a prestigious final like this, it's something different for the club. So, have you done anything different in terms of how you've prepared for this game?
I honestly, in my eyes, I just think it's the approach, and I think the approach Daryl has put on, and the response from the players. I think they've really took on board everything he said. They listened to everything he says, and it's just completely different from last time we played.
Obviously, bringing a person and a player of a stature like Daryl Cardis into a club, he must have brought quite a lot of professionalism into the club.
I think that's where it's all come from. It's the professionalism that's now come back in through him and through Paul. They brought it all in, and it's knocked on with the lads. They've realised, yeah, we are better than this, we can be better than this, and I think that's what's happened.
Yeah, it's good. And of course, if you're successful today, you know, what marvellous sort of a thing for the club as a whole would be a chance to get into the Challenge Cup.
Well, that's the main thing we're looking at, because last time we were in, obviously we lost out, we lost players, the club went down, you know, we had to regroup, and we come back, and Daryl is just a winner. He's an ex-boys club lad. You know, he's come back, he's given his time, and he's just responding to him. And I think that would be the best thing for him and the rest of us if we do get in the Challenge Cup, to get through a few rounds and get up there with the best.
Yeah, because obviously you know, it's not just the financial side of it that would boost the club. It's the profile of the club that would be boosted as well. Would you agree with that?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, the profile. I mean, we're only a young team. We've only been going 10 years. You know, we came out at 18s and formed a team. We thought we'd done, and it's knocked on from there.
Well, it's been absolutely fantastic talking to you, and I really do, as an individual and as a sort of, how can you say, an onlooker on today. No bias towards whatever. I wish you all the best for today, and may the best team win. Okay, thanks, Kevin. Cheers.
Yeah, thank
you. Kevin, the club's moved over from the conference into the Pennine League, and you're now in a position where the club's under massive rebuild and restructure.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be fair to say that it was pretty much on a downward spiral at one stage. We was in the National Conference last time I was coaching here, and then we found ourselves on bad times. The sponsorship gets lost, crowds get lost, players get signed up, etc. And you find yourself back, as we say, in the 5th division of the Pennine League. But you know, as we've said, it's the Trojans, it's the Phoenix coming through, I suppose, and we've managed to get back to a major final, which hopefully will raise the profile massively with them sponsors, with them spectators, and bring new players back to the club as well.
Yeah, and obviously when you're in a prestigious competition like this, I mean, it's been labelled the blue ribbon event of the Yorkshire calendar. When you get to the final, obviously that must boost confidence within the club.
So far this year, you know, last year we're unbeaten up to today. You know, if we win today, we'll go through all the way through 2011 unbeaten in any competition, be it Yorkshire Cup, League Cup, anything. So the rebuild started in that respect. You know, the confidence within the camp's absolutely massive due to the fact that we're here. You know, we bet the holders in the semi-final. We've no reason to fear anybody. I think we've come in as the underdogs again, and we want to just come out and enjoy yourself today. And we're going to bring probably 500, 600, 700 fans across here, and hopefully they'll enjoy it as well.
Yeah, it's a fantastic day, great day for playing rugby today, and a fantastic venue. But obviously, I mean, I spoke to Kevin Bue just recently, and we're under the impression, and I think you are, James, that Thornhill have probably had the easier passageway to this final.
Well, I think, you know, we've had doubters all year really about who we're playing in the divisions and who we're playing in the cup. You know, we can't choose as opponents. All we do is try and prepare for the opponents in front of us, and try and prepare to beat them, whoever they may be. Going to Upton's no mean feat with a young side. More ends in the park wasn't an easy game, and to go to Queen's and win as we did, I think it showed, you know, the character what we're starting to rebuild again within the club, which was there many years ago, and I think it'll stand us in good stead. It may not help us today, but it'll help us in the long run.
Well, if Hunslet Old Boys gained themselves a lot of confidence by taking a lot of major scalps, the confidence from the players got from the semi-final victory against Queen's when Liam Morley popped that last-minute drop goal over to win the golden point, that must have filled your team with confidence, knowing that when a big team you come up against, you can cope with it.
I think we had no doubts we were going to win that day. You know, we'd gone over there to win. We hadn't gone over to make the numbers up. People were saying we were 40 points less. We had 3 tries disallowed that day. You know, so it shouldn't have come to the 1 pointer. We're all about ourselves. You know, we don't worry about who's in front of us really, and because they're not within our control, the referee's not within our control, but our team is. You know, they know how to go about the business. We've prepared well this week for Hunslet Old Boys, and hopefully it'll pay back on the field. Yeah,
I mean, obviously in terms of preparation, let's just go into that. Normally for a league game, you know, I know we've got players that work and you know they can train maybe twice a week, but you know, with it being a special occasion, have you prepared any differently?
We just had one extra session yesterday, which was a terrible session due to the weather. We only had 45 minutes. We was going to do an hour. And 15 minutes of that was a warm-up, you know, so everything we planned to do went out of the window really, and we went out and had something to eat instead. And it's Christmas at the end of the day, you know, it's probably not the best time for a cup final to be going on for the players' point of view. I think professionals should do this, not amateurs, but you know, such is life, and we've got to get on with it. And hopefully, you know, the little bit of extra effort we've put in and the discipline what the players have shown as regards the festivities they've had to give in, you know, again, it'll come back and pay us off.
Well, one thing that would pay off, and I'm sure, is if you were successful today, a run in the Challenge Cup would boost the profile of the club, and also it would put some very needed coffers in the tin, wouldn't it?
I think the major point is, to be fair, is that people have forgot that Thornhill are still a club. After today's game, people remember that Thornhill are still about, you know, and that's all we set about to do, how we change things within the dressing rooms, how we've changed things in the boat room, and we've been in the Challenge Cup before. You know, we've beaten some professional sides in the Challenge Cup before. So for this group of players, it'll be fantastic because, you know, 6 or 7 of these are lads who have stuck with the club through thick and thin, regardless of what position it's been in, right at the very bottom or right at the very top. And it's for them that I feel really proud of today. You know, just to say when we walk out on the park today, I'll be really proud to be part of that.
Yeah, and I suppose at the end of the day, it's not how you fall. It's how you rise after you've fallen. And it seems that there's been a lot of hard work behind the scenes that's gone off to rebuild.
There's a massive amount of work going on, you know, not just from the support staff, from the supporters, but from the players. They've all bought into the ethos we've tried to bring along. And I just thought, you know, it's not about the result today. We said we'd get to the semi-final of the Yorkshire Cup as a coaching duo, and we achieved that. So today's a bonus in our eyes, you know, and we're here now. We've said let's go and win it, so let's go out and give it its best shot for 80 minutes.
Well, at that then, James, we'll leave it at that. And as an impartial commentator, the best team will definitely win on the day.
Yeah.
And I think with the weather being as it is, we're in for a cracking game.
I really hope so.
And all the best.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Welcome to Belle Vue then, the home of Wakefield Trinity Wildcats for this Yorkshire Cup Final of 2011-2012. The trophy is sponsored this year for the first time by Hamuel Reichenbacher, who established in 1954, are still at the cutting edge of CNC technology within the woodworking industry. At the cutting edge today then are two teams ready for battle, with the trophy not just being the prize. There is also the added bonus of one of these two teams having their names engraved as winners for the first time, and also entry into the Challenge Cup rounds. Neither team have won what to many is classed as the blue ribbon event of the Yorkshire League calendar, so both teams will be fighting to make a first in the history of their clubs. Both teams have made it to the final though. The Trojans back in 95-96 when only 5 points separated them from Skirler at Dewsbury. This year they have been in fine form and reached the final with what you could call ease, until of course the semi-final when the encounter with Queens went into extra time and then golden point. It was Liam Morley who snatched victory for them, and coach James Ratcliffe has worked wonders with this group of players, and his reward is seeing his team take their place in today's final. In contrast then, Hunslet Old Boys were at Post Office Road, Featherstone in 2009-2010 and were up against Charleston Rovers, who won that game 28-12. In my opinion, the Old Boys have had the tougher route to the final, facing Skirler and near neighbours Driglington in the early rounds, before facing the mighty Charleston in the semis. Coach Daryl Cardist will have been well pleased with the professional manner of how his team disposed of such a class outfit as Charleston. That 19-10 victory will have given them all the confidence in the world to take in today's final showdown. The match today will be officiated by Steve Cross, who is the match referee, along with his two touch judges, Dave Liddle and Richard Thompson. Reserve official Tony Randerson standing by just in case injury to any of his colleagues. Well, it's an absolutely magnificent day here at Belle Vue, and there's going to be a big crowd because they're already gathering, and it's going to be what you could call a classic in the making. Thornhill unbeaten already this year, and Hunslet Old Boys enjoying life in the Pennine League under new coach Daryl Cardis.
Please welcome out Hunslet Old Boys and the Thornhill Trojans.
It's a fantastic day. It's a fantastic occasion, and there's some fantastic support here this afternoon for this Yorkshire Cup Final between Hunslet Old Boys and the Thornhill Trojans. Both sets of fans will be absolutely supporting their teams to the full this afternoon. And it's always a wonderful gesture when Super League clubs give their facilities for the day for these players, coaching staff and supporters to revel in. So the players will be very shortly introduced to the dignitaries of today. The two teams for today then, Hunslet Old Boys at 1, Wayne Rawson, 2, Ricky Hazelwood, 3, Kieran Murphy, 4, Mark Stubley, 5, Jerome Malcolm, and the half-backs 6, Pat Banks and 7, Ben Dean. The forwards are 8, Danny O'Connor, 9, Jamie Bradley, 10, Tom Saunders, 11, Carl Briggs, 12, Johnny Bradley, 13, Ryan Campbell, and the substitutes, Luke O'Malley, 15, Sam Thorpe, 16, Carl McDermott, and 17, Wayne Foster. lot at stake today though. As I say, both these teams have been in this final before. Both have lost in that occasion. Liam Morley is at number 1 for the Thornhill Trojans, James France at 2, Josh Ratcliffe at 3, Craig Holmes at 4, Ryan Fenton at 5. And Thornhill Trojans halfbacks this afternoon: 6 Darren Robinson, 7 Ryan Glynn, 8 Rob Kelly, 9 Jake Ratcliffe, 10 Anthony Harris, 11 Ben Eastwood, 12 Jake Wilson, 13 Scott Green, and the substitute for the Trojans this afternoon: 14 Simon Walker, 15 Tom Holdsworth, 16 Joe Nadioli, 17 Scott Woodcock. So I believe that Thornhill Trojans are at strength, whereas Hunslet Old Boys are missing impressive number 10 Jamie Fields. He broke his arm in the semi-final against, or just after the semi-final against Charleston. I think it was the game the week after. And he will be sadly missed. He's a good goal-kicking prop, got lots of good go forward. So I wonder if Hunslet will suffer from the loss of Jamie Fields this afternoon. So we're going to have the national anthem, and everybody stands up. Well, the adrenaline will be pumping now through the hearts of these players as they prepare to do battle. Carl Briggs and Anthony Harris, the captains of the two respective sides. The flip of the coin. And Hunslet have opted to play right to left as we look, with the Trojans having the kick-off. And it looks like Darren Robinson will be the one to get this very prestigious final underway. And it is Banks, sorry, it's Robinson then, gets the ball underway. It's a quick break by Hunslet, straight from the kick-off, but Robinson hauls him down just on the 30-metre line. This is the captain, Briggs, coming up this left-hand side. Bradley in at acting half-back. And that's Tom Saunders, bringing Hunslet just up to the halfway line. Another drive forward from Danny O'Connor, but well met by his opposite number, Rob Kelly. Hunslet looking to push it wide, and the referee says that went backwards. That's a spot of luck really for the Old Boys there. But we're on the fifth and last. We're moving from acting halfback through Bradley, gets it away. It's a bit of a skyward kick, but it's not gone that far. Hunslet have chased it and got the ball away. Another little chip through, and it's a chip and chase. Morley then having to... Oh, it looks as if... a dive from one of the Hunslet players there, and it looked as if the ball had awkwardly bounced away from Morley, but he just managed to chip the ball over the dead ball line. So some early pressure by Hunslet Old Boys, and we've kicked out from underneath the sticks. Wayne Rawson brings it back. So early pressure from Hunslet with Bradley in at acting half-back. Bradley just settling things down, just attacking the right-hand side through Stubley. The big prop, Saunders, just centre field, 10 metres out. Bradley again coming to the left-hand side, through hands now and quick hands as they attack the Thornhill line, and it looks like an early try to the Old Boys. Absolutely superb preparation from the Old Boys. Stubley it was that set it up right on the right hand side of the field as we look. It came back through fast hands, through the half-backs, Banks and Dean, and it went on to Briggs, the captain, shifted it across to the centre. Murphy up winger, Hazelwood in at the corner. So an early score for the Old Boys. Will that be a setback for Thornhill? From the kick-off, it's been Hunslet in the ascendancy. The full-back took it on the full and came almost towards the halfway line. So Hunslet have stamped the mark early on this game. And it's Carl Briggs with the duties of goal kicking. Obviously Fields is missing. He normally takes the shots at goal, and he's just pulled it to the left. So 4-0, Hunslet Old Boys in the lead. Excellent work then from the Old Boys there. Started way out on the right hand side, good fast hands and a great try in the corner. And this is Malcolm bringing the ball away. Bradley in at acting half-back. The big prop tries to throw a little dummy and go through the space there, Saunders, but it's closed up by the Trojans. And again, coming to the left-hand side. But we've got Robinson there. And Ratcliffe in at the tackle. That's Briggs. Fifth and last tackle, just underneath our commentary position. That's loose forward. Campbell hitting the ball forward, and it did bounce awkwardly. And it put the Trojans defender in a bit of a quandary, didn't know what to do with it. And Hunslet almost capitalised again, just couldn't get his hands to the ball, Ben Dean. This is Ryan Glynn. He's got some pace, Ryan Glynn, ex-Dewsbury professional rugby league player. This is the Trojans then. First time really that they've had the ball in their hands. And they're playing from left to right as we look, and the sun is in their eyes. So, Trojans looking to try and push the ball wide. And lost a bit of momentum. And that's Scott Green wearing the scrum cap. So we're on to the fifth and last. And the half-back Robinson there just put some height on the ball, not a great deal of distance, but just managed to find a foot of turf before it hit the whitewash. Went into touch there on the east stand side here at Belle Vue. Hunslet Old Boys feed the scrum. Bit of a poor pass from acting halfback, and Ben Dean having to race for it. The referee has said that the Trojans were offside, so it'll give Captain Briggs chance to just tap the ball, not risking to try and kick the ball into touch just in case it didn't make it. Bradley's in at acting halfback. Bradley feigns to go left and then hits Saunders coming right, but there's a posse of Thornhill defenders there around him to bring him to ground. Bradley just offloads to the marauding run of Campbell, and then the ball whips quickly through Bradley again to this left hand side, close to the touchline side as Rawson's in at acting halfback. Rawson looking to play the ball on to O'Connor. O'Connor takes the ball to within a couple of metres of the 20-metre line. It's a swift pass out and it's going to go through the hands, through Rawson and then to Dean. Dean this time Dean doesn't hold on to the ball. It does go forward, and referee Mr. Cross says that it's a knock on. Head and feed will go to the Thornhill Trojans. So in the early stages of this game, it's definitely all Hunslet Old Boys. Thornhill not managing really to get out of their own half with the ball in the hands, but it's only early stages, as we say. So coming down to this Hunslet left hand side. Good tackling from Briggs and from O'Connor. Another strong tackle. So Hunslet Old Boys have certainly shown their intent, as Jake Wilson tries to get the Trojans towards halfway line. Robinson, again a kick downfield, collected by the try scorer Hazelwood. Rawson in at acting halfback, shifts it across. And Jake Ratcliffe, the Trojans number 9, getting through a hell of a lot of work, and that was a massive hit from Captain Harris, and he's certainly hurt the Hunslet player. That was a tremendous thumping bell ringer of a tackle, and the Hunslet player, I'm not quite sure who it is, but he certainly felt it, and he lost the ball as well. So Thornhill will gain a little bit of impetus from that, and certainly building confidence from obviously being inside the Hunslet half and given the chance for the first time in the game to have ball in hand in that section of the field. He doesn't know where he is, the young lad. And Johnny Bradley there. Johnny Bradley took the full impact of that tackle from Harris. Anyway, it's Thornhill coming along inside the Hunslet half of the field. Ben Eastwood taking the carry. Ratcliffe at halfback. Coming back this way. Robinson shows the ball. Nice tackle from Murphy. And it's a bit scrappy game just at present, but Hunslet come up there with the ball, and it's starting to heat up. Bradley, the ball to O'Connor. O'Connor taking it up to the 40-metre line. Bradley just asking the referee to get the Thornhill players off his player so he can play the ball quickly. And this time Rob Kelly just standing head to head with Bradley. And the referee just saying, come on boys, sort it out. We don't want none of that here today. O'Connor then. Poor kick from O'Connor. Definitely a poor kick from O'Connor, and Morley feeds. Morley picks it up and runs towards the 30-metre line. What can Thornhill do here? Been very starved of the ball at the minute. Loose forward. Scott Green takes it forward, but well tackled by O'Connor, trying to make up for that poor kick. Eastwood taking it forward. Eastwood almost up to the halfway line. Ratcliffe in at acting halfback. This time taking it left, but nothing there for Thornhill. The defensive structure of the old boys seems to be very good at the minute. Ryan Glynn gets one of his teammates away. That's Fenton. Ryan Fenton had the chance to get away. Glynn, little chip over the top from Ryan Glynn. Regathers, but what a superb tackle from Rawson. But the referee says that Glynn was impeded as he kicked the ball over the top. And I think there was an element of tackling the player without the ball. Cross said that that's exactly what happened. And Ryan Glynn is laying on the floor because it was Rawson, I believe, the Hunslet fullback, who went flying into him. Put all his shoulder into the midriff section. And that will have hurt Glynn. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of... He's had the wind knocked out of him more than anything. So, extended pressure from the Trojans. And now they're getting into Hunslet's danger area. So, have the Trojans got anything in their locker to unlock this very strict and disciplined Hunslet Old Boys defence? Ratcliffe shaping to go left, does go left. And that's a low charging run from Green. He has gone low, and the referee says that it's another penalty. So the Trojans steadily and patiently building pressure. This time Robinson looking to go far, looking to come to this right hand side. Ratcliffe again. Ratcliffe looking to shift to Morley. Morley just does a bit of a shimmy, but he's smothered by three Hunslet tacklers. Nice deep line from the Trojans, looking left through Robinson. And this is Ryan Glynn trying to step and push through some small gaps. It's not there. Ratcliffe looking again to come right. This is Harris. Has Harris got over? No, it's absolutely magnificent defensive work from Hunslet Old Boys, and we're on the last tackle. They are scrambling extremely well today, the Old Boys. This is Morley looking to try and get the ball away, and he has done. And that's a little chip kick up in the air. But the Old Boys have defended their line superbly. That will give them absolute masses of confidence, and this is the captain, Briggs. Briggs stands tall and strong. So the Old Boys doing all the hard graft now. The forwards doing the hard yardage. Just trying to make it perhaps towards the halfway line where they can probably put a nice kick down into the corner. 3 tackles gone. Centre field just over the 20-metre line. Bradley scoops off from acting half-back. Makes a quick 10 metres. And that's Campbell again once more. Kicks the ball long. And it was Malcolm, the winger, that chased it up. Actually got the look of the bounce once again and just passed in field, but this time it was deemed to go forward by referee Mr. Cross, as Trojans tap the ball quickly. And Morley looking to break from acting half-back and gets the ball out. And it's loose forward Green. Green picks up the pieces. So Trojans through the captain Harris now, coming forward just outside the 20-metre area. Eastwood runs forward. That's a good run from Eastwood. Takes some putting down. Ratcliffe urging his player to get up, play the ball quickly. Robinson uses the dummy and it goes towards the big centre. Craig Holmes, no space for Holmes. And the referee just stops play. A couple of Hunslet players down injured. Hunslet 4, the Trojans 0. Just over 15 minutes of this first half gone. Robinson light flat pass there to the charging run of loose forward Green. But that's the 5th and last tackle, and Hunslet get the handover. Seems to be a little bit more urgency from the Thornhill Trojans now. And they've worked hard enough to force the error. O'Connor not been able to hold the ball. The Trojans then camped for the last 5-6 minutes, of course, in this Hunslet half of the field. And so Ryan Glynn, what will he do? He'll stutter, he'll dummy once, and then the ball's picked out to Morley. Morley gets the ball away. This is Harris, the influential skipper of the Trojans, looking to come right, and right they come. And that's a big charging run from Rob Kelly. And the referee, Mr. Cross, has seen something that he didn't like, and the penalty's gone to the Trojans. Or has it? He's actually speaking to a couple of the Trojans players. It was Kelly that forced his way into the heart of the... Yes, it is. It is a penalty. He's seen that it's a bit of a dangerous tackle, and so the Trojans opting to come right. And he gets the ball away. This is Holmes. Holmes gets it away. Now it's Robinson. Robinson throws the dummy. Can he get away from the Hunslet defenders? He can't. And he has knocked on. So, a little bit of fisticuffs. I think it was just sheer frustration on the part of Darren Robinson. Couldn't hold the ball. And obviously, the Hunslet Old Boys absolutely ecstatic that their defence once more has stood the test. This time Briggs will try and put the ball into touch. He does. Not gained a lot of yardage, but the safety of touch was found. It's a good run, but an extremely good tackle. 4-5 of the Trojans were in at that tackle. So there seems to be a lot more urgency from the Trojans in the defensive part of their game, but there's not much happening in the attack side, whereas Hunslet, I think, have had quite a fantastic opening of defensive duties, and of course they have moved the ball quite sweetly when it's been required. And he's knocked on. He's knocked on. I think there was a little hand in there. Referee Mr. Cross didn't actually look at his touch judge. I think there was a hand in there. But it's given the Trojans another chance to develop something here in the Hunslet half of the field. So the ball was quickly out of the pack, and so was Ben Dean. He was really round quickly. Close up the loose forward Green. Some fierce tackling going off today. The big substitutes just come onto the field. It's Wayne. Scott Woodcock. Looks to me as if it's Scott Woodcock. Hunslet then get the ball on the 40-metre line. Bradley just shifting it off. But look at the ferocity of the Trojans' defensive duties there. Bradley coming back left. This is Briggs. Briggs, the little chip over the top. And it's Robinson. It's Robinson who sweeps up. Big tackling from Hazelwood, the try scorer. This is Joe Nadioli, just recently on the field. This is Eastwood. Eastwood taking the ball forward. That's what's needed sometimes, a little bit of direct play. He seems to be a bit shook up in that because there's some heavy tackling going on. This is Ryan Glynn. Ryan Glynn, oh, trying to get, he has. He's brought clear. Now this lad's got pace and he's got support. Has got support from Green. Can Green go all the way? Oh, it's a superb tackle from Hunslet again. But what a break from Glynn, and it's from Acton halfback. And he's over. Oh my goodness. So the ex-Dewsbury player, Ryan Glynn, went to the line, showed the ball to the left, kept it powered through between two players. The support was superb from Green, and it looked, with all intents and purposes, as if Green was going to go over for a try. But the Hunslet defence got back. That's magnificent work from Hunslet, but there were just not enough numbers there to stop the Trojans player diving over at the Acton halfback for an absolutely magnificent try. Well, all to play for now. 4-4 is the score. Very tight, nothing between them. And Robinson almost sandwiches that ball between the sticks, and the Trojans take a lead. Absolute, just what the doctor ordered for the Trojans, but they had plenty of time in the Hunslet Old Boys half of the field, but that's a fantastic kick-off. And because of the sun, it put the Trojans in all sorts of parts of trouble there. And if it hadn't have been for just one of the Trojans sticking an arm out and just stopping Pat Banks, who collected the ball, it could have been a quick response. But it was the Trojans who pulled the ball forward, so Hunslet Old Boys then with a chance to counter-attack. This is Dean. Dean looking to dummy and then looking to go himself. Rawson, Acton halfback. Murphy takes the ball, goes through. Absolute wonderful strength from Murphy. It looked as if the Thornhill Trojans player had made the tackle, but he just bouldered him out of the way. Absolute strength from Murphy and an immediate response from the Old Boys. So you're up 1 minute in rugby league and you're down the next. How many times have we seen teams that score tries and then from the kick-off they make mistakes, and that's what Hunslet have capitalised on. A mistake from the kick-off by the Trojans. They've moved it swiftly from right to left, put it into the hands of the big centre, Murphy, and Murphy absolutely pounds his way to the line and stamps the ball cleanly into the in-goal area. Superb response from Hunslet Old Boys. So Briggs then given the opportunity to tag on the extra 2. And he's done it, sweet as a nut, straight through the centre of the H's. 10 points to 6 in favour of the Old Boys. We're just experiencing some technical difficulties there, but we're back with the game. Hunslet Old Boys, 10 points to 6 to the good. And just making it over the 30-metre line. Bradley then. Bradley to Dean, looked suspiciously like a forward pass, and I don't think there's any worries about that. Mr. Cross was right on the spot, it was a forward pass. So can the Trojans do what Hunslet Old Boys did, and that's respond immediately. So this is Green trying to go down the blind side of the scrum as we look at it, but the Old Boys were alert to that, and this is Morley looking to step and try and jink his way through this line. Ratcliffe in at acting halfback. Ratcliffe gives it to Nadioli centre field just over the 20-metre line. Ratcliffe again, give it to the big fella running forward. It was Scott Woodcock. I think it's Scott Woodcock anyway. I've got a number 18 on my team sheet. So Ryan Glynn trying to bamboozle the Hunslet defence by not looking at the player when he passed, but he sent him into a brick wall. And the Trojans have got head and feet at that scrum. Just didn't quite see how it went into touch. But Mr. Cross said that Trojans will get the head and feed at this scrum. So Trojans then attacking the line once more. This is Robinson to Morley steps and gets the ball back to Robinson looking to go forward, and he shows the little dummy, and he shows another little dummy, Robinson, and he's over. Oh, what a superb run from Robinson. Looked as if it was going to drop off one of his teammates, which stood up the Hunslet defence as he went across the field, used the winger as a foil, dropped his right shoulder and went over into the corner. What a superb individual try from Robinson, and that again is just what the doctor ordered, and this crowd have been subjected to an absolute array of superb rugby league football skills. So Robinson took it upon himself then to throw a couple of dummies and have a tilt for the line, and he managed to just sneak in at the corner, only a couple of metres from touch. So he steadies himself, and it just goes to the right hand side of the post as we look. It wasn't a bad attempt, but all square here at Belle Vue in this Yorkshire Cup Final. 10 points all, and all to play for. I'll make it around 30 minutes on the clock, and just odd stoppage here and there for injuries. So how will the Trojans cope with this kick-off? It's short, it's up in the air. The Trojans have not defended it again, have they? No. So Hunslet putting a lot of pressure on the Trojans, but fortunately for them, the old boys won it, but then they've knocked on in possession. So the Trojans will get the head and feed at this scrum. So the kick-off's causing the Trojans a lot of problems at the minute. 10 points each, with Liam Morley taking the ball just over the 30-metre line. This is Nadioli trying to come round the outside and work his way through, but the Hunslet defence is strong. And that's Dean once more, just pulling the player to ground. Working hard is Ben Dean. Halfway line, Trojans in possession. Big lad goes forward, takes some putting down, gets the ball away. Ryan Glynn, quick hands, this is sweet stuff from Thornhill Trojans. And the winger Fenton goes towards the 40-metre line. At the minute, we're on the 5th tackle. So, a drop goal attempt, spirals out of control. The winger, can he pick it up? He's picked it up. Can he get it a ball away? I don't think he can. And that's the 5th and last. So from a very poor drop goal attempt, that could have quite easily turned into something special for the Trojans. Anyway, Hunslet get on with the game, and it's Briggs who brings the ball away for the Old Boys. So the game in the first 10 sort of 15 minutes was all Hunslet Old Boys. You've got to say now that the Trojans are getting a firm grip onto this game as Bradley brings it away from acting half-back. And that's Wayne Foster taking it forward for Hunslet. Bradley controlling things from the acting half-back position. Looking to get the ball back inside. Nice little run. Oh, it's superb hands, and I think Hazelwood there, if he'd have just opted to shift the ball out to Murphy, he had a clear run. There's obviously something gone amiss there. The touch judge right there saw a little bit of niggle. I think that's all it was, just a little bit of niggle. Yeah, and he's pointing towards one of the Trojans players and pushing down his knee as if to say that one of the Trojans players put the knee in. It's not that way, it's the other way. So Hunslet then, just a lack of discipline from the Hunslet Old Boys side. They were certainly in the ascendancy there, going forward with the football and giving a penalty away. So Nadioli takes it forward. Halfway line, almost centre field. He's allowing the players to lie on as Greens goes from acting half-back. He's had a sound game, this loose forward for the Trojans. Robinson looking to shift it to the left-hand side. That's Ryan Glynn looking to pass the ball. Gets it to the substitute, Simon Walker. Simon Walker just couldn't hold it. Bradley brings the ball away for the Old Boys. So we get into the back end of this first half. Oh, Ben Dean, absolutely superb there. Nice little dummy. Almost worked his way through the Trojans line. Rawson then looking for the half-back Banks. Banks trying to shimmy his way through, but the Trojans stay tight. This is Rawson, O'Connor trying to penetrate just to the right-hand side of the sticks as we look at it. And look at the Hunslet Old Boys, they've got numbers on the left-hand side of the field, and that's the way that Bradley's going. This is Banks shifts the ball, but the scrambling defence of the Trojans have worked wonders. stop the old boys. In this instance, this is Bradley. What's Bradley going to do? He's going to shift it long. He's going to shift it long. And it's Holmes, I think, that's just picked up that little kick through from Campbell. So, nice little bit of a cleaning up process there from Holmes. This is Nadioli. Nadioli taking it forward. So the Trojans, I'm afraid that was definitely a case of there was sun in my eyes, because he looked for the ball and he was flapping, he couldn't get anywhere near it. But this has given the old boys a chance here. This is Hazelwood, the try scorer, the first try scorer of the game, but he's brought down by Holmes, and this is Campbell. Campbell spinning at the tackle and tries to get the Big Murphy. Big Murphy used his strength last time. Can he use his strength this time? No, he can't. There's quite a lot of tacklers around him. So just a couple of metres from the line, Bradley in at acting halfback, looking to go across behind his man, suspiciously like shepherding, and he's knocked on. I reckon there's about 5 minutes to the interval break. The score's 10 apiece. So if a try is scored before half-time from either side, it could have a significant effect on the outcome of this game. A little knock-on, not seen by Mr. Cross. How did he not see that? We saw it, and we're a good 50 metres away from it. He was only 3. This is Morley trying to step clear. Had a reasonable game, Liam Morley, from the full-back position, come in and done his duties from acting halfback. This is Nadioli. Nadioli using all his strength and his experience to try and bring the Trojans out of their own half. That's Walker. Walker on the 30. This time the referee did see the knock-on. The sun is extremely low in the sky. It must be causing havoc for some of these players looking into it. Approximately, as we say, getting into towards the latter few minutes of the first half. Who is going to stake their claim in this part of the game? Is it going to be Hunslet, or is it going to be Trojans? Well, Hunslet have certainly got field position and the ball. So for the first instance, little run around. This is Dean. Gets the ball to Rawson, but Robinson looks after him, and Holmes finishes him off. Dean, acting halfback, runs off. Oh, lovely little dummy from... Oh, and that's a one-on-one steal. What a great steal that was. So fantastic work initially from Dean, but didn't keep hold of the ball. And it was a superb steal from Jake Wilson. It's a big lad, Woodcock looking to try and offload in the tackle, but decided against it. Superb it by O'Connor. He really did force him to the ground, and this is the loose forward, Green. Trojans then going with Robinson to the left again, where they've had a lot of success. Through Ryan Glynn, trying to feed his 3/4 on that side. And that's the end of the first half. Mr. Cross brings it to a close. And as I said earlier in the commentary, first 10-15 minutes it was all Hunslet Old Boys, and you can't deny that. And they scored an absolutely magnificent try through Hazelwood in the first few minutes, and it looked as if they were going to stamp their authority on the game. But the Trojans fought back through especially an individual try from Robinson, and that brought the scores level at 10 apiece. And so as the teams go off the field for the half-time break, it's all square here at Belle Vue. 10 points all in this Yorkshire Cup final and we're in, I'm sure, for a cracking second period. Well, welcome back then for the second half of the Yorkshire Cup Final. It'll be Hunslet Old Boys to get the game restarted through their captain Carl Briggs. The sun has almost disappeared behind the clouds, so there should be nothing to interfere with anybody seeing the ball, and that's a nasty bounce once more. So Thornhill Trojans allowing the ball to hit the ground first instead of trying to catch it, and of course, because of its shape, it will not just bounce in a normal way. This is Walker bringing the ball forward for the Trojans. This is Morley once more in at the acting half-back area and trying to give his forwards a break. Nadioli looks set to take this next pass. It misses him out though. And this is Jake Wilson. Jake Wilson just taking his side to the 30-metre zone, and that's Green. Green puts the ball into the Hunslet half of the field, and this is Rawson. Rawson brings it back just to 5 metres or so short of the halfway line. This is Briggs. Briggs, a nice little dummy, scampering through, and he had a little bit of support from Dean on his outside. Bradley trying to keep the momentum going down that left-hand side. The Thornhill Trojans right-hand side defensive. This is Banks. Shifts it on to Dean. Dean looking to... This is Malcolm now, the winger. Malcolm gets the ball away to Campbell. Campbell goes forward, hits and spins, and he's finding... The Trojans are finding it difficult to put him to ground. So we're on the fifth and last. This is the first attack of this second half. Bradley feeds Banks. Banks a little kick through, and Morley regathers. And unfortunately knocks on, but that was pressure from Dean. I must say that this live wire number 7's had a tremendous game so far for the Hunslet Old Boys. So early pressure from the Trojans, and as we said, that a try maybe just before half time would be crucial. The first try of the second half will be crucial. And this is Dean trying to do everything he can to make sure that Hunslet are the first scorers, but Bradley's in at acting halfback looking towards Campbell. Campbell, he misses him out and gives it to Briggs. Briggs then 3 metres from the Trojans line. This is Banks. Banks looks for the short ball and gives it to Stubley. Stubley has had the ball ripped. So another penalty to the Old Boys. This is Saunders. Can Saunders get over? Oh, I don't think he has. I think he's just short. Mr. Cross was right there. It looked for a second as if he were going to get the ball down. This is Briggs just trying something short around the ruck area, but the Trojans are alert to it. So Bradley, will he push it wide? He is. This time it's Banks. Banks fires the ball wide to Dean, and Dean does a nice little dummy and sends it away to Rawson. Rawson gets the ball away. Oh, that's fast hands from Hunslet Old Boys. That's absolutely superb rugby. They tied the Trojans up in this right-hand corner. Couple of little plays around the ruck. It just forced the Trojans to narrow the defensive line. Then the Hunslet Old Boys decided to throw it wide through long passes from Banks to Dean. Dean, a nice little dummy, got Rawson in on the act. Rawson fed the centre, and the centre I thought could have gone to the line himself, but he opted to get the winger in, and that's the second try for Ricky Hazelwood this afternoon. So it's a crucial try in this game. It's a difficult kick for Briggs, It's right out on the touchline side. It's on his good side. He is a right-footed kicker, but that's the only thing that's good about it, because it's a long, long way away from the sticks. But Hunslet, first time into the Trojans half this half, and they've come up with a 4-pointer and a superb try. It was too. So Briggs just hits the ball nice and slowly. Is it going to drop over? It is! What a massive conversion from Briggs. And how significant will that be at the end of the game? So, Old Boys take a 6-point lead, 16-6 now. $16 points to 10 then. Hunslet in the lead. Wonderful try, wonderful conversion. That's Robinson gets the game underway. Banks gives to Saunders. Saunders a big charge through, but that's a great tackle from Wilson. Down low on the big lad, brings him to ground straight away. It's Johnny Bradley. Johnny Bradley takes it forward, but he's forced back. So some urgency now from the Trojans. So 3 tackles gone. Bradley shifts it. Banks to O'Connor. O'Connor comes charging through centre field, and it was Woodcock that tried to rip the ball and just make the referee think that O'Connor had lost it, but he didn't, and he wasn't fooled. Bradley shifts the ball left. Briggs, nice little drop of the shoulder, but the Trojans were alert to that. No dummies were taken. Bradley once more hits Campbell. Campbell takes it forward. Woodcock's there, just over the halfway. Bradley scoots off from acting halfback. Nice little pass to O'Connor. O'Connor shifts Holmes out of the way. That's a great run. And this is absolute superb hands from Hunslet Old Boys. And the referee says it's back to 6. Back to 6, and there's some fisticuffs over in the corner, which is what we don't want. And quite sensibly, I feel that the players pulled out of that, because that could have been a little bit ugly, and we don't want it in such a prestigious final. And I think the players just looked at it there and thought, no, this is not on, we'll not do it. And rightly so, because one of the teams could have had a player sent off perhaps, and then that would have destroyed the game. However, Mr. Cross talking to his touch judge. Let's just see what the outcome is and who the perpetrator was. It's a long debate. And the first person that he's calling out is Woodcock. So that's the Trojans number 18. Scott Woodcock. The penalty's gone against him. So that's two or three times where he's lacked discipline, Woodcock. And it's cost his team some field position. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is not what's expected. Oh dear me. And it's not just stopped there, it's the referee's going to have to get a grip of this, I'm afraid. We could see at least some sin binnings and perhaps a red card. It is a shame because the game's been absolutely end to end. It's been a fantastic game of rugby league, and just for a moment of madness it could all be spoilt. There's only 6 points in it, but you know, if one of these teams loses a player, it could end the contest altogether. Robinson has gone. Robinson has gone. His team is 6 points down, and he's left the field. Red carded Mr. Cross. So they're up against it now, are the Trojans. Mr. Cross, I don't think he's finished yet. He's looking at somebody else. Who on earth could it be? And there's certainly some claret there. What's Mr. Cross going to do now? So Robinson sent from the field of play. Mr. Cross, no hesitation, in consultation with his two touch judges. They decided. Now then, strangely enough, one of the Hunslet players has also left the field. I think that's Saunders. That's the prop, Saunders. So, obviously Mr. Cross and the two touch judges have seen that Saunders and Robinson were the cause of the fracas, and he's dismissed both of them. So 12 players each remaining on this big field here at Belle Vue. Now then, which team will hold their discipline? Because that's what it's all about now, certainly for the Trojans, because they're 6 points down. 16 points to 10 as Briggs tries to force his way over the line. Bradley in at acting halfback. What can Bradley do? He shifts it wide. Oh, he's caught the Trojans napping. Oh, what a fine pass from James Bradley at acting halfback. The Trojans were all around the ruck area. Bradley sees that there's some space right out on the wing, and Ricky Hazelwood, I think, has gone in for his hat-trick. I have just been corrected there. I think that was number 3, Kieran Murphy, that went over in the corner. Irrespective of who scored the try, it was the pass that made the try. Bradley just saw that there was some space out wide, whipped the ball, bullet fashion, towards the touchline side, and it was Murphy then who raced onto it and dived over in the corner. So it's an uphill battle now for the Trojans, and especially if Briggs can repeat what he did 5-6 minutes ago, and that's convert from almost exactly the same spot. 20 points to 10 as it stands, kick to come. So Briggs steadies himself, approaches the ball. This time it's got the direction, but definitely not got the power. So 20 points to 10 in the favour of Hunslet Old Boys, but there's still a good 25 minutes of this game remaining. The thing is that the Trojans are missing their influential half-back. And Hunslet have still got theirs in Ben Dean, who's done his chances of getting the man of the match no harm this afternoon. A little knock on from Hunslet. Now then, if the game is going to turn on its head, then the Trojans have got to make the field position pay, and they've got to try and get over the try line as quickly as possible. It's 20 points to 10 in favour of the Old Boys. And I think everything remains now on the shoulder of Ryan Glynn. He's the only remaining half-back on the field, and Glynn's just tried to sneak through the gap. Remember, he's an ex-pro rugby league player at Dewsbury, and this is Joe Nadioli. Joe Nadioli then. And this is Green, the influential looks forward Green. That's Jake Wilson. Jake Wilson drives forward, 12 to 13 metres away from the Hunslet Old Boys line. The referee's seen that one of the Hunslet players was badly injured. Looks like Kyle McDermott. Kyle McDermott writhing about on the floor as the Trojans make a change, and Rob Kelly comes back onto the field. And Woodcock has a rest. And McDermott does look to be injured to the point where he can't carry on. And Sam Thorpe has come back onto the field. So we're on the third tackle. Trojans 13 metres from the Old Boys line. £10 points the difference. Trojans got a fairly decent line towards this left-hand side. That's Ryan Glynn. Ryan Glynn looking to step and probe and prompt and try and take his team forward. Remember, Robinson's off the field now, so everything will depend on Glynn and maybe this guy Morley. Morley gets the ball away to Green, but he's smothered by Banks. Morley in at acting halfback, uses Glynn. Glynn going to use the kick through, and I think that might be just a touch too hard. It was only just a touch too hard as well. The ball just bouncing up, so it looks as if Hunslet are going to try and play this ball quickly, although it's a pretty poor pass really. Thorpe then gets the ball to Malcolm. Not seeing much of this winger. And dumped unceremoniously to the ground in that instance. So, Hunslet. Looked to me as if a bit of a high shot, and that's what the referee saw. And Briggs just makes sure of his touch. But some discipline errors, if you like, from the Trojans have given the Old Boys quite a lot of possession. And as time wears on, there's some frustration setting in. But that's a big hit from the Trojans. They moved up and basically smashed him to the ground. That's Thorpe. Thorpe takes the ball just over halfway line. Plenty of space now on this field. Both teams one man down. So towards the back end of the game there will be some spaces. That's Ben Dean. Ben Dean, oh, lovely pass from Rawson. Can this... Oh, what a great ball. This is Dean. What can Dean do? He steps on the inside. Gets back up again. He's been influential as the little scrum half. Absolutely supported everything, created everything And this is Hunslet now. You fear that if Hunslet score here, the game is over. Bradley takes it and gets the ball away. Oh, he's in touch. He just tried to get the ball out of the back door, Bradley. But that was great defence. Absolutely superb defence, and it looked for a second as if Malcolm, as tall as he is, was going to reach and stretch and put the ball over the line, but superb defence from the Trojans. But you could say that if Hunslet had have scored then, that just may have been the ball game. This is Walker trying to bust his way through. He does get through. Has this lad got some pace? Can he go? Oh, he should have gone. He tried to step. He should have pinned his ears and tried to take him on the outside. But a superb tackle from Rawson. And that's a nice little kick from Jake Wilson. Has he put too much on it? Has he put too much on it? Oh, it's a try from the Trojans. My, oh my, oh my, are we in for a cracking finish to this Yorkshire Cup final. A great break initially from Walker. Saw the winger Fenton on his outside. Should he have took him on? Should he have pinned his ears back? It didn't matter. He got up, he played a quick ball. The ball went out to Wilson. For a second, I thought he put too much beef on it. I thought it was going to roll into touch. It didn't. And who was there? It was James France. The little winger, James France, dives over in the corner. 20 points to 14 with the kick to come. Oh my goodness, are we in for a treat? 20 points to 16. Ryan Glynn thumps it over from the touchline just as Briggs did earlier for the Old Boys. Absolutely superb. It's on a knife edge. 20 points to 16 in the favour of the Old Boys. My oh my, are we in for a grandstand finish. I reckon there's about 16, maybe 17 minutes. It all depends really how long the referee's going to, how much time he's going to put on for the little bit of a fracas and the dismissals of Saunders and Robinson. Oh, he picked that up well. It's play on. I thought that there was a hint of a knock on. I thought there was a hint of a knock on there. The referee looked at his touch judge. The touch judge said no. And that's a quick tap, and it's Morley who brings the ball forward. Oh, and the ascendancy swung the other way. Do you know something? Both teams have been on top for certain periods of the game. Hunslet Warriors in the first part of the second half, and now the Trojans are in the ascendancy, especially after that try. This is Walker once more who made the break. Walker again, he's becoming a bit of a handful. So that's Ratcliffe who gets caught at acting half-back. And that's a little dummy. What can he do here? That's Josh Ratcliffe. So Ratcliffe again in at acting half-back. That's Ryan Glynn. Ryan Glynn, a big spiralling kick towards Rawson. Rawson takes it cleanly though, and that's Harris who can't catch him, and this is Rawson. Rawson goes through, but he's pulled down on the 30. As I say, I reckon there's about 15 minutes to go. This is Briggs, the captain, been inspirational for his side today. So 20 points to 16 as we, as I say, enter the last 15 or so minutes of this Yorkshire Cup final, and it's not disappointed us, has it? It's been absolutely superb, end to end. Bradley decides to try and go through, almost goes through. Wilson just grabs his shirt tails. That's Thorpe. Thorpe looking to wind it long. This is Marwood. Marwood again scoots round Harris and goes through. Oh, gets the ball away. Can this be another try for Hunslet? It's not. But look at this lad, Ben. Ben Dean's had an absolute superb game this afternoon, and this is him here. Is he going to go through? Kicked it through, has he? The ball's gone dead. Oh my goodness. It's end-to-end stuff. It's certainly not disappointed, has it, this game? It was billed as a spectacle. As soon as we knew that Thornhill and the Old Boys were in this final, the blue ribboned event took a different turn, and everybody knew that we were going to be in for an absolutely superb game of rugby league football. So there's just a small stoppage in play. I think it's possibly a little bit of cramp, and who can blame the lad? It's absolute frenetic pace. So the Trojans through Glynn then. It's a fair old oof up towards halfway line, but this is O'Connor. O'Connor goes straight and direct. You fear now at this stage of the game that the next try scorer will probably have their names on the cup. Who knows? This is Thorpe going forward, centre field. 20 metres out. Bradley at acting half-back. Looking to pass long. Oh, he's got it off. He's got it away to Malcolm. What can Malcolm do? Malcolm gives the substitute O'Malley a chance. So they're in this corner. 10 minutes ago they shifted it long. Oh yeah, definitely hid behind his player there. You thought that, look, if you look at the line out that they had across the field, Hunslet, then I thought they were going to absolutely whip it across to the left hand side of the field, where, to be fair, they've had a lot of success. So Ryan Glynn just makes sure of the touch. And this is Ratcliffe to Glynn, looking to Harris. This is Rob Kelly. Rob Kelly trying to muscle his way towards the 30-metre line. That's Ryan Glynn trying to shift it wide. Jake Wilson, a little step back inside. Oh my goodness, this is Thorpe. Thorpe gets it away. Oh, is it a chase to the line? Oh, and the Trojans defence have worked absolutely superb. They got back in numbers. Wilson stepped inside his man and tried to put the ball over initially, and Thorpe picked it up. Thorpe got the ball away, and well, it's end-to-end stuff. It's definitely fingernail biting stuff, this. Ryan Glynn then from the penalty puts the ball into touch, and that's a much needed breather for the Trojans. 10 minutes or so of the game remaining. One piece of brilliance from either side could ensure that their team have got the winners' names on this trophy. But at the minute, the ribbons are certainly green and yellow. But this is Walker. He's been a little bit of a handful. He's really strong boy. Hunslet really finding it difficult to put him down. That's Ratcliffe then. Ratcliffe to Wilson. Wilson looking to try and hit, spin and maybe offload, but the Hunslet Old Boys defence absolutely strong with O'Connor and Thorpe. This is Morley. Morley just chips it over the top. Will it bounce kindly? Oh, it's bounced awkwardly, but they've got back. The Hunslet Old Boys have got back in defence. It bounced awkwardly for Rawson. The ball's bounced awkwardly all game. 20 points to 16. I make it about 10 minutes to the final whistle, depending upon how much Mr. Cross is going to add on for the fracas. Thorpe looks to shake off his man and does, but Harris gets back up. Shaken off, got back up. That's grit and determination from the Trojans captain. So the 5th and last tackle, with a player injured. So it looks as if we're on the 5th and last. So it looks as if we're going to see a boot downfield. Superb game this, absolutely superb game. I think those players will be thankful of the rest, because it has been breakneck speed. There's been some absolutely superb pieces of skill on show here today, be it goal kicking from touchline sides or superb tries starting from one side of the field and ending at the other. We've had it all. The old boys still 4 points to the good, 20 points to 16. That's O'Malley, kicks it downfield. This lad's got a bit of pace, gets away from the first tackler. This is Ratcliffe, Ratcliffe gets it to Glynn. Glynn drops the ball. Unfortunate, but it's given Stubley the chance to drop on it, and this is Thorpe, loses his footing. Bradley then, will he feed? He's fed Campbell. Campbell tries to take it down this short side. Trojans really strong, trying to pull him towards the touchline. This time I feel this time that it's going to go towards the left hand side of the field. They're all set up. That's O'Malley. Malley to Dean. Dean, little dummy, and he's shown the ball. But the Trojans numbered up well. Again, Dean comes back this way. This is O'Malley. O'Malley looking to pass the ball to Bradley. The referee said that the ball was passed in a forwards direction, and it's a good job he did, because Hunslet had numbers then on this right hand side. The Trojans left defensively. Just 4 points in it. Just 4 points in the game. It was too close to call before the game. Both teams have come in with a massive reputation. The Trojans unbeaten this year, and this is Wilson. Wilson just getting over the 30. Ratcliffe acting half-back. Harris, I believe, taking it forward, is it? No. This is Harris taking it forward. When he gets the ball, there's always a posse of Hunslet players. This is Ratcliffe shooting off from acting half-back. This is Liam Morley. Liam Morley getting the ball away again. Ratcliffe ducking, diving, weaving, trying to find a way through. This is Holmes. And this is Harris. So we're on the 5th and last. Will they play it? Will they kick it? What's going to be? It's Ryan Glynn. Ryan Glynn, is he going to chip it over the top? He is. He's going to chip it over the top. It's bounced really well for Malcolm. Malcolm picked it up, but Ryan Glynn took him absolutely superb. Nothing wrong with the tackle. So Hunslet bringing it away. I firmly believe we're into the last 10 minutes. The green and yellow ribbons of Hunslet Old Boys are still on the cup. They're hanging on there by the 4 points that they lead by. 20 points to 16. Bradley shifts it out. And this is Dean. Dean gives it to the big centre, Murphy. Murphy almost breaks the line. You cannot dive through, I'm afraid. That's certainly a lack of discipline from Jake Wilson. I think it was Jake Wilson. Just a lack of discipline. You cannot dive through. And that's given respite to the Old Boys. It's going to take something special now from the Trojans. Okay, Hunslet then. Campbell gets the ball away. And they're coming through O'Malley. O'Malley looking towards his shapes to dummy and go through, but Harris has worked his socks off as the Trojan skipper. Then Thorpe comes running through, short ball, Stubley, no way through for him. Thorpe in at acting halfback, looking to Banks, what will Banks do? Will he kick it? No, he's running towards the Trojan line. He's trying to take the line on, but the Trojan defence is strong. Will they come back this short side? They're lined up for a little attack to the right. They are. Here we go. Bradley. Can Bradley pass it long? Is he good? He's just got away from that defender. He's got away again as Jamie Bradley, but it's the fifth and last tackle here. Will they still opt to go to the short right? They have. Look at Banks. What will Banks do? Little kick through. What's going to happen? Oh my goodness! Oh, there was almost a mix-up then from the Trojans. You cannot drag when the player's on the ground, so lack of discipline again from the old boys. It's a quick tap. So you feel now that the Trojans have got to throw caution to the wind. This is Morley trying to break through. There's nothing happening for him. There's some tired bodies and some tired legs out there. There was nothing tired about that tackle from Bradley and from Briggs. This is Morley again. Morley's worked hard, he's prompt, he's probed. And if that's a knock on and Hunslet head and feed, then the Trojans have got it all to do. They've certainly got to defend this set of six, and then they've got to start and throw caution to the wind. It's not a knock on, so the referee says that he was injured in that sort of a tackle, allowed the player to play his ball. Okay, Rob Kelly trying to force his way forward, trying to give the Trojans some momentum. Ratcliffe to Harris drives forward. Oh, great play. Oh, unlucky, it didn't go forward. That's a kick downfield, and he played at it. Yes, he played at it as far as I'm concerned, but what will Mr. Cross give? Oh my goodness, he said he didn't play at the ball. I don't believe that for 1 minute, but there you go. I'm sure the referee wears different spectacles to what we do. The touch judge is having a word with him actually, and he may change his decision. And he's changed his decision. Well, I mean, it was quite blatant, it was quite obvious that Malcolm had played at the ball. How the referee couldn't see it, I don't know. Here we go, that's Green. Green shifts it out. This is the centre, Ratcliffe. You feel that it's the last chance for Thornhill Trojans to get back into this game. There's only 4 points in it. A try anywhere close to the sticks could give the Trojans the game. But obviously by forcing the game and forcing the passes, you are prone to make mistakes. Can Hunslet, Old Boys, can their defence be as strong now as it has been all game? We'll have to wait and see. This is Ryan Glynn. What can Ryan Glynn do? He kicks it forward. Oh, and the players took it in. Yep, it's Trojans' ball. Rawson came across. It was a neat little kick from Ryan Glynn, but the fullback had no option than to take it into touch. What can Thornhill do here? I feel that this perhaps is the last chance for Thornhill. If Hunslet Old Boys defence holds out here, the cup will be theirs. Anyway, that's Morley. It's well over his head. Holmes picks the ball up. He steps again. He goes through. Oh, he's 12 metres from the line. It's frantic stuff. Oh my goodness, that could be it. That could be it. as Campbell takes the ball. Look at Briggs saying, calm down, let's calm down. We've got the ball, let's complete our set of 6, and he's right to do that. That must be so frustrating. 5 more plays at the Hunslet line and you go and knock on like that, but this is great play from Banks. Banks just steadies the ship for the old boys. That's Bradley. Bradley just taking from acting halfback, just trying to kill a few more seconds. How much time will the referee add on? I reckon we are close. There's some weary and tired rugby league footballers out there. This is Briggs. Briggs again takes it forward, takes some pulling down. 20 points to 16 in favour of the old boys. Will the referee add time on for this? It's the 5th and last tackle. So where will the kick go? Where will Bradley put this kick? Will he just kick it into touch and try and wind the clock down? O'Malley then. O'Malley puts it down towards the Thornhill player. Thornhill Trojans then, for the last time perhaps in this second half. Will they try and throw caution to the wind? Will they try something different? I believe that they've lost the ball. They've lost the ball now. And maybe just an error there that could have cost them the game. Banks goes forward, Nadioli tackles him. But look at how short the Trojans are to the left. Will Dean see this? He's got the ball, Dean, he runs across. He shoves the ball and tries to go around the outside to receive it again. The old boys through Dean going forward. Bradley in at acting halfback. Trojans scrambling. That's Banks, Briggs. Briggs shows the dummy, goes to Nadioli. Nadioli ties him up. Some time wasting going off here. This is Banks. Banks shows the ball to the outside and then tries to go through. We're on the 5th and the last. Where will Bradley go from here? Oh, he tries to kick it through. Thornhill Trojans get the ball. How long has Mr. Cross added on? We'll find out shortly, I'm sure. He's stolen the ball. It looks as if it's a try. The touch judge is not sure. We're waiting. He's not given the try. My goodness, what is it? Is it a penalty? You can see how much it means to the Hunslet old boys. Just look at the amount of players that are on this touchline side, waiting frantically for the final whistle. But just how much time has Mr. Cross added on? Do you think that this is the last throw of the dice for Thornhill Trojans? You feel that one big strong tackle now from Hunslet will win the game, but you also feel that if Thornhill Trojans throw caution to the wind, they could grab it. It's so close here at Belle Vue. That's Nadioli. Nadioli trying to break the line and almost does. Is it too little too late for the Trojans? What a magnificent final this has been. Both teams have given their all. Ryan Glynn looks to kick the ball along. You feel if Hunslet grab this, that's it all over. I feel now that with this set of 6, Hunslet are the Yorkshire Cup Final winners, barring any ridiculous mistake. That's Campbell. Campbell just holds strong. Again, just playing a little bit for time, and who wouldn't? It's a great run by Stubley. Been strong in the centres of Stubley. Yeah, I think that's particularly right. Some of the supporters are saying, get up, play your ball, don't go to bad boy tactics. This is Briggs. Briggs then playing the ball. This is Bradley. Referee may penalise. Referee may penalise. So Bradley then slowing the game down as well. So Briggs, what will Briggs do? He's going to try. It's still on 5. That's O'Malley. O'Malley. So this is the Thornhill Trojan player. He's got a little bit of pace as this young lad. Could this be something special? Steps back inside. Is a tackle there just over the 40-metre mark. Will the Trojans come all the way across this side of the field and try and run Hunslet out of it in the last few seconds of this game? Let's look what's happening. This is Green. Green's been influential, gets the ball away. Look, this is Ryan Glynn now. Ryan Glynn to Walker. Walker tries to bust his way through. That's great defence. Absolute great defence from Malcolm. This is Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe to Nadioli. Nadioli to Glynn. Glynn looking to go across the field. Can't get anywhere near free to kick the ball. Morley in at acting halfback. What will he do? He shoots off from acting halfback. Tries to run across the field. Tries to run across again and he gets through. So this is Morley. Morley loves it. Oh, it's a pass inside. But that's Campbell who regathers it for Hunslet. Yeah, your hearts are in your mouths. These two teams have been absolutely superb. That's Banks. Everybody is making whistles at the referee, wondering just how long he's added on. Well, don't forget that some of the time-wasting tactics have been from Hunslet. So maybe the referee's decided to add some time on for that, who knows? This is Briggs. Briggs will go down. And what's... Yeah, Briggs is down there. And he's going to try and get up. And the touch judge is on. An infringement has occurred. You feel now that if Hunslet get this penalty, you know, will be Briggs tempted to have a shot at goal and just really wind the clock down. The referee searching for his cards. What colour will it be? Red. Red is the colour. And Josh Ratcliffe has been sent off in the dying minutes. Don't know exactly what for. Oh, right, okay. It looks as if it was interfering with the eyes of Briggs. What will Briggs do? Okay, the final act of the game was Briggs, the captain, taking the ball in, making sure that he didn't drop the ball. Hunslet Old Boys are the Yorkshire Cup Final winners of 2011 and 12. It's the first time that Hunslet Warriors will have the name on this trophy. It's the first time in the club's history that they've won this. So, absolutely fantastic game. The Trojans played their part as well. It was end to end, and the final score, 20 points to 16, reflects how much both of these sides have put into it. But I must say that Hunslet Old Boys at the end of the day have scored 3 absolutely magnificent tries, superbly led by Ben Dean, and it wouldn't be a surprise to me if the little halfback doesn't get the man of the match today. Absolutely superb game. We're going to go down pitch side and we're going to try and catch the presentation of the trophy and see if we can grab a word with the man of the match and perhaps the winning coach.
Excellent, coming on to several people, but the winner is the Hunslet Old Boys, number 7, Ben Dean. figure, but he has a credit to the league. Please put your hands together for the finalists, Thornhill Trojans.
Hiya Ben, great, well done, man of the match performance, absolutely superb. What's it feel like to be Yorkshire Cup Final winners?
Brilliant, brilliant. I think we've had probably the hardest route here in every game, all lads. Not just lads that started today, there were 52 lads there yesterday. Coach had to pick a 16, 17 man squad. I mean, it's brilliant, brilliant.
And there's always somebody disappointed when you've got a squad as big as that, but that's helped you throughout the year to have a big squad like that, hasn't it?
It's a team and there's a long way still to go, you know. It's what it is, it's team effort.
It is, and you know, like you've been supported heavily by your captain today, and you know it's been an absolutely magnificent day for you. Obviously Thornhill have come here undefeated this year, you know, and you've took a big scalp there, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. Just brilliant. Oh, it was just brilliant. I'm still a bit in shock.
And what about the opportunity now of playing in the Challenge Cup?
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. I think we're off down. Is it Nottingham, Northampton, something like that? Yeah. It's my first time at Challenge Cup. Same with a lot of lads. It's a young team. I just want to kick on from here now for the rest of the season. Absolutely
brilliant. Well done, Ben. Great, absolutely superb performance. Got Captain Carl Briggs with us as well. Carl, you know, he got close to the end. There were a bit of old man tactics, trying to lay down, trying to kill the clock down. But you must be really pleased with the way your players played today.
We knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew that they're the two divisions below us, but to go away to Queens and win, we knew that they're a team that shouldn't be really in that division. So they've come here and they've given us a game, and it could have gone either way at the end. It
certainly could, but I mean, Ben were absolutely marvellous today. He controlled everything, didn't he?
Yeah, really, really good. Brilliant team performance, squad performance for a lot of disappointed people before the game, and it was for them as well.
And what does it mean, like, to you as a captain now and to the club as a whole, you know, because your name's now on that trophy, you know, you've won it for the first time, but not only have you won it for the first time, but now you've got the divine right to go into the Challenge Cup. How's that going to be for the club?
It'll be good for the club, good for the players. There's a lot of young lads in there, and it should be a decent future.
Yeah, and you know, you're on a rebuilding process again, because you know you've come from the Yorkshire League, you've gone into the Pennine League, and it's paid dividends for you, hasn't it?
It has. We've got a couple of new coaches here. I mean, Daryl Cardis and Paul McShane have done absolutely brilliant for us this year. Yeah. So I mean, they've turned it around. They've turned it around with discipline and his attitude to the game, and everything from, you know, in training all the way through to us winning and only losing one game this season. Well,
they've obviously brought a massive professional influence into the club, and I'm sure you'll take that through with you into the bar this evening. You'll have it. You certainly deserve to enjoy your night tonight.
Yeah, I was going to let us have a drink tonight.
Okay then, congratulations. Well done. Congratulations. Well, Kevin, you've got what you justly deserved. We said in the interview prior to the game that the best team would win on the day, and they certainly have.
Yeah, I'm lost for words, to be honest. I really don't know what to say. It's been best day, and I think the game lived up to all its expectations that were going to be there.
It certainly did. It was an absolute spectacle for rugby league football. Amateur rugby league football thrives upon games like this to show to the rest of the country, if you like. But something great for you to take back to Spain is this, isn't it?
Mate, yeah.
You know, we were talking earlier about you going back to Spain,
tomorrow morning, mate.
And it certainly put a massive smile on your face. But just talking about the game in general, I mean, you know, young Ben Dean had an absolute wow of a game. You know, he controlled it from start to finish.
He's been a great acquisition for us this year. Come to us from Marleyborough, from a lower division. Played a little bit with Parkside Hawks, came down and he's just fitted in, and everything's coming off him. He's just been excellent as a kid. Great player.
And I think Carl Briggs touched on what we spoke about the coaching staff bringing a professional attitude, and you know, you can only go from strength to strength as a club now, can't you?
Yeah, looking forward to the Challenge Cup, mate. Now that's it. That's my next one.
Okay. And you won't be in Spain for that one.
I won't be in Spain for that one, I can assure you.
Yeah. All the best, Kevin.
The best.
Thank you. Good night. And it is Banks. Sorry, it's Robinson then. Gets the ball underway. It's a quick break by Hunslet. Straight from the kick-off. But Robinson hauls him down just on the 30-metre line. This is the captain. And last, we're moving from acting halfback through Bradley. Gets it away. It's a bit of a skyward kick, but it's not gone that far. Hunslet have chased it and got the ball away. Another little chip through. And it's a chip and chase. Morley then having to... Oh, it looks as if A dive from one of the Hunslet players there, and it looked as if the ball had awkwardly bounced away from centre field, 10 metres out. Bradley again coming to the left-hand side, through hands now and quick hands as they attack the Thornhill line, and it looks like an early try to the Old Boys. Absolutely superb preparation from the Old Boys. And Jake Ratcliffe, the Trojans number 9, getting through a hell of a lot of work, and that was a massive hit from Captain Harris. The Old Boys seems to be very good at the minute. Ryan Glynn gets one of his teammates away. That's Fenton. Ryan Fenton had the chance to get away. Glynn, little chip over the top from Ryan Glynn. Regathers, but what a superb tackle from Rawson. But the referee says that Glynn was impeded. He seems to be a bit shook up in that because there's some heavy tackling going on. This is Ryan Glynn. Ryan Glynn, oh, trying to get, he has. He's brought clear. Now this lad's got pace and he's got support. Has got support from Green. Can Green go all the way? Oh, it's a superb tackle from Hunslet again. But what a break from Glynn, and it's from Acton out back. And he's over. Oh my goodness. So the ex-Dewsbury player, Ryan Glynn. Boys then with a chance to counter-attack. This is Dean. Dean looking to dummy and then looking to go himself. Rawson, acting half-back. Murphy takes the ball, goes through. Absolute wonderful strength from Murphy. I think it's Scott Woodcock anyway. I've got a number 18 on my team sheet. So Ryan Glynn trying to bamboozle the Hunslet defence by not looking at the player when he passed, but he sent him into a brick wall. Trojans have got head and feet at that skill. Attacking the line once more. This is Robinson to Morley. Morley steps and gets the ball back to Robinson. Robinson looking to go forward, and he shows the little dummy, and he shows another little dummy. Robinson, and he's over. Oh, what a superb run from Robinson. Looked as if it was going to drop off one of his teammates, which stood up the Hunslet defence as he went across the field. Used the winger as a foil. Dropped his right shoulder and went over into the wide. He is, this time it's Banks. Banks fires the ball wide to Dean, and Dean does a nice little dummy and sends it away to Rawson. Rawson gets the ball away. Oh, that's fast hands from Hunslet Old Boys. That's absolutely superb rugby. They've tied the Trojans up in this right-hand corner. So Briggs just hits the ball nice and slowly. Is it going to drop over? It is! What a massive conversion from Briggs. And how significant will that be at the end of the game? Just over the halfway, Bradley scoots off from acting halfback. Nice little pass to O'Connor. O'Connor shifts Holmes out of the way. That's a great run. And this is absolute superb hands from Hunslet Old Boys. And the referee says it's back to 6. Back to 6 under some fisticuffs over in the corner, which is what we don't want. And quite sensibly, I feel that the players pulled out of that. That's two or three times where he's lacked discipline, Woodcock. He's cost his team some field position. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is not what's expected. Oh dear me. And it's not just stopped there, the referee's going to have to get a grip of this, I'm afraid. We could see at least some sin binnings and perhaps a red card. All together. Robinson has gone. Robinson has gone. His team is 6 points down. And he's left the field. Red carded Mr. Cross. They decided. Now then. Bradley in at acting half-back. What can Bradley do? He shifts it wide! Oh, he's caught the Trojans napping! Oh, what a fine pass from James Bradley at acting half-back. The Trojans were all around the ruck area. Hunslet score here. The game is over. Bradley takes it and gets the ball away. Oh, he's in touch. He just tried to get the ball out of the back door, Bradley. This is Walker trying to bust his way through. He does get through. Has this lad got some pace? Can he go? Oh, he should have gone. He tried to step. He should have pinned his ears and tried to take him on the outside. But a superb tackle from Rawson. And that's a nice little kick from Jake Wilson. Has he put too much on it? Has he put too much on it? Oh, it's a try from the Trojans. My, oh my, oh my, are we in for a cracking finish to this Yorkshire Cup Final. Oh my goodness, are we in for a treat? 20 points to 16. Ryan Glynn thumps it over from the touchline just as Briggs did earlier. That's Thorpe looking to wind it long. This is Marwood again scoots round Harris and goes through, gets the ball away. Can this be another try for Hunslet? It's not, but look at this lad, Ben. Ben Dean's had an absolute superb game this afternoon, and this is him here. Is he going to go through? Kicked it through, has he? The ball's gone dead. Long as Mr. Cross added on. We'll find out shortly, I'm sure. He's stolen the ball. It looks as if it's a try. The touch judge is not sure. We're waiting. He's not given the try. Briggs will go down. And yeah, Briggs is down there. And he's going to try and get up. And the touch judge is on. An infringement has occurred. You feel now that if Hunslet get this penalty, will be Briggs tempted to have a shot at goal and just really wind the clock down. The referee searching for his cards. What colour will it be? Red. Red is the colour. Okay, the final act of the game was Briggs, the captain, taking the ball in, making sure that he didn't drop the ball. Hunslet Old Boys are the Yorkshire Cup Final winners of 2011 and 12.